Good morning. And I hope you had a good evening and a good night and a good weekend. This morning, we talk about excellence and how you can achieve excellence and how you can live an excellent life. Excellence is the gap between the average and exceptional. It's the gap between average and exceptional. It's the ability to exceed expectations and consistently deliver superior quality. Underline consistently deliver superior quality. They say that in developing habits of excellence, leaders actually gain influence and stand out. So my question to you as a leader is, do you have influence or have you failed to get influence? That means you don't do work that is excellent and you fail to stand out. That is why you don't have influence and you're not excellent. If you just decide to be excellent, you will gain influence. People will listen to you. You will stand out from the crowd. That's what it means. By cultivating a culture of excellence, a business attracts customers and wins their loyalty. This is again a winner. It's like you get 2 for 1. If you are excellent at your service or product, don't worry. It will attract you clients. So are you facing a problem of clients or their loyalty? Be excellent. Be excellent, and you'll solve the problem of loyalty and attracting customers. Let's look at 4 things that are involved in being a person of excellence. And I'm going to turn them into accusations. Number 1, have you been accused of being consistent? Aristotle said, excellence is not born, is not an act, it is a habit. Excellence is not an act, it is a habit. In other words, each one of us can be excellent this morning at 8 a.m. But is it a habit that you have cultivated in you? To gain a reputation for excellence, it necessitates delivering results whenever you're called upon. Hits and misses are not what brings out excellent people. And once your reputation is having hits and misses, then you cannot be trusted, neither can you be respected. Number 2, have you been accused of improving? Pete Riley defines excellence as the gradual result of always striving to be better. Do we see you always striving to be better? Can we, the people who observe you, accuse you of always striving to be better? People of the excellent spirit continuously improve. They tell themselves, tomorrow will be better than today. They are voracious learners. What did you learn last week? If you cannot state it, then it's not there. What are you improving upon this week and this month and this quarter? Number 3, have you been accused of being creative? What does creativity mean? Creativity means that you get others and your ideas and allow them to collide. That is all what creativity is. Creativity gives rise to excellence because creativity gives birth to problem solving. When you are a creative person, you actually solve problems. That is what creativity means. Ideas and the people collide. Getting the right ideas with the right people to collide and interact makes you an excellent person via the route of being a creative person. Number 4, going the extra mile. To excel, where the word excellence comes from, means actually to go beyond average. Have you gone beyond average? We do more and we deliver above. It was the founder of BNI, who is Ivan Meissner, who said complacency is the enemy of being great. Complacency is the enemy of being great, and therefore is the enemy of being excellent. There is a proverb, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29. It says, do you see a man who excels in his work? Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings, and I may add queens. He will not stand before unknown men. Unknown men are ordinary men and women who add no value. Do we see you as an excellent person in your work? Work means you apply your hands to it. So how do we pursue excellence and get it and wrestle it to the ground? There's a quotation by a gentleman called Sam Adeyemi, and I'll quote, excellence doesn't cost, it pays. Excellence doesn't cost, it pays. Instead, when you ask, can I afford it? Can I afford it is a wrong question. It is, can you afford not to have it? Can you afford not to be excellent? So how can we then pour all our heart into something and make it an excellent project? Why? Because excellence has a multiplier effect. That means that excellence gives birth to excellence, gives birth to more excellence, and gives birth to more excellence, and gives birth to more excellence. Again, we say that excellence does not cost, it pays. I like this other quotation as well, that quality attracts quality. Quality attracts quality. I want to digress into other things, but today is a Monday. Let me keep in my lane. I don't want to cause violence in the morning. Listen to this, that the more you improve the quality of your character, the more you improve the quality of your character, you the leader is who we are talking to, and the quality of your products, the higher the quality of the people and resources you attract. The more you improve the quality of your character and the quality of the products, the higher the quality of the people and resources you attract. We all know this intuitively inside of ourselves, that young lady, if you only put on a blouse and forget to put on a skirt, there is a quality of people you will attract. And that is what exactly we are talking about. Again, we refer back and bounce back to Proverbs 22:29. If there's anything you have not clicked, at least click this one. Do you see someone skilled in their work? This is another version. They will serve before kings. And guess what? When you serve before a king, what do you get? You get a king's reward. When you serve before a king, you get a king's reward. If the president called you today to do a gig, you get a presidential pay. You get to ride a presidential car. You get to eat presidential food and wine and dine with him. So do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. And guess what? They will not serve before officials of low rank. They will not serve the ordinary unknown people. That's what it means. But this is also what I see. You will attract high quality people. This is very useful in hiring. Sometimes we are hiring the wrong people, and this is why we are hiring the wrong people. It's because we are not excellent. But if we chose to be excellent, then we would attract the quality of people that deserve our audience. I will tell you an experience I had. One day, I don't know whether this still happens, but I still rave about it. One day I was depressed and I decided to go shopping. I don't know how many of you, when you're depressed, you just go, you decide to go shopping, but it was one of those days I decided to go shopping. So I went, Natkunda is one of them. Let me see a thumbs up if you love to shop when you're depressed. So I went to Winner Classic. They used to have a shop on Kampala Road. And when I stepped at the door opened. There was a gentleman in a tuxedo who opened the door for me. And I was like, wow. In my mind, I was like, whatever you charge me, I'm okay with it. So they made me sit. First of all, they waited for me. They waited for me to sit. They told me to stay standing until they asked me to sit. Then they showed me a seat where I should sit. It was a rich leather, thick, comfortable seat in which I sank. And part of my problems really sank in that seat. And I left my problems in that seat. But they then asked me what shoe I wanted. And I pointed that I wanted a certain kind of sandal from Italy. What they did was they positioned a man slightly older than I was that time, came and knelt beside me. Now I was seated in the chair, mind you, sunk in the leather seat, rich leather seat. You know that kind of seat I mean. So the man held my foot and untied my laces of my old shoe, removed it, and then removed my socks. Thank God they were not holy, neither were they smelly. And he proceeded to put the shoe onto my foot as if I was really a baby. I found that very, 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 very exciting. They asked me to stand and walk around and feel the feel of the shoe. I liked it. I liked it. Not this saying, I like it, I like it. No, 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 no. I liked it that I actually bought it. I bought it very expensively, but I was happy to buy it. You see, I'll give you another story. I rarely put on suits, as you can testify. Anyone who has ever seen me in a tie, I can pay you if you've ever seen me in a tie. But a function came up where I had to give out my sister, give away my sister, not give out Wanange, give away. So I went shopping for a suit and I entered this place and they had the suit I wanted. Now, I thought I already had the shirt, so I just needed the suit. But they told me I could try on the suit. And they showed me the shirt that could match the suit. Then they showed me the pocket handkerchief that would match the tie and the suit. Then they showed me the shoes that would match the suit and the shirt. Then they showed me the cufflinks that would match the suit and the tie and the shirt and the shoes. Hey, by the end of it all, I had bought the entire package. I said, okay, now to simplify my life, because I'm not a suit person, neither am I a tie person, let me buy the whole stock and barrel so that whenever I have a function to attend, I don't edit anything. I just get my whole thing, shoes, socks, trousers, suit, shirt, pocket handkerchief, cufflinks, and I just deploy very easily. What does that show you? That excellence pays. Excellence actually pays very good dividends, and quality really attracts quality. Let's not ask ourselves if we can afford it, but it is that, can you afford not to? What is excellence? Excellence is good quality in unusual degree. Excellence, it's about being, then becoming. First, be a person of excellence. It is God's nature that gives us capacity to do good, because God is good. God does an excellent work. When he created man in Genesis, he said, and it was good. Now when we see your work, why do we say it is not good? What is wrong with you? And yet you are also a creator. Now, what is not excellence? Being the best at lying is not excellence. Being the best at stealing is not being excellent. Being the best at forging a receipt or a blank receipt is not being excellent. You cannot be the excellent forger or the excellent crook. No, you cannot be. Excellence is in pursuit of the things that you excel at, the things that add value to the rest of us. In Genesis 1:1, God did not tolerate darkness. He never addressed darkness, but darkness was hovering all over the earth. He never said, darkness, I'm tired of you. Darkness, I swear, me and you are going to part ways. He just said, let there be light, and the darkness fled. Let me end with this. There is a part of us that kind of, extends the mediocrity and expect other people to be mediocre, but it's also a mindset. And let me tell you a story as I end. One day I traveled, and so when I traveled abroad to a certain country, up there where there is coldness, I had to, as I went to bed, I told myself, oh, I need to iron my clothes, okay? I need to iron my clothes because I may wake up and there is no power. Little did I know that these guys don't have load shedding, neither do they have power cuts. So when you're excellent, their power never gets done. There's no chance that you wake up in the morning and there's no power. But because we are used to a certain way of doing things, we think that we can pass on and behave a certain way. We need to change our setting and immerse ourselves in environments that are excellent. There's a time, I'll end with this now, for real. There's a time I got my staff. That time we were still maybe about 10 people. So I got my staff and put them in the van. We had a van. And I took them to Sheraton and I took them to Serena. And that time I took them to, I think it was Standard Chartered Bank. And I dropped them there and I said, stay there for 10 minutes and see the parts of their work that are excellent. Then I drove the van around and came and picked them up. And we came back and asked, what have you seen that is excellent? And how can we steal those ideas and then implement them in? Because sometimes what you've accepted and what you're doing is actually mediocre. And two mediocre people cannot draw excellence out of each other. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be my 2 cents. But when you become excellent, you actually can tell who is excellent. But in there, tucked in there, you can also tell who is a fake. Because when you get really good at your work and your craft, you can tell who is fake. There was a story of a guy who went to study how to catch guys who counterfeit money. And what they did, they said, touch all the money. And when you get familiar with good currency, the genuine currency, you will, when you touch a fake, you will just know that this is fake. And the more you familiarize yourself with good money in dollars, the more you will actually be able to bust a fake. I am told when they're training tellers, they give them a bundle of money and inside there they slot in a fake note. And they're supposed to kind of feel all of them and then bust out which one is fake. So once you get to be excellent, you'll be able to know who is a fake and who is not a fake. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chairman Sidi.
Thank you so much, Director. For the rest of us on call, if you have any questions, I can see at one point 190. Please quickly shoot up your hand so Director can answer it in these next few minutes. Director, as we're waiting for questions for the rest, maybe I'll ask. Is there a relationship between excellence and money? Sometimes I've had people say that when I get money, then I'll have this kind of dressing, then I'll have this kind of behavior. So I'd like you to comment on
that. If I get you right, I'll put it this way. There is no direct relationship. Maybe there is a direct relationship, but there's also a direct relationship in the return. That's why we said earlier on that excellence does not cost. Excellence pays. When you do an excellent job, it pays you back. When we refer customers to you, it pays you back over and over. there's a place called Le Chateau. Le Chateau is on Gower Road near the American Embassy. Boy, I went there and they served me ice cream that I had not eaten anywhere else. Guess what? It was expensive. But guess what? I got a bunch of friends and took them there and they ate. And I have referred people to Le Chateau over and over and over. So when you say you will wait until you get money, then you become excellent. It is like saying, I'll wait. When I get more money, I'll start saving. That won't happen. Or when my employer pays me more money, I'll start tithing. That won't happen. We need to invest in excellence. We need to invest in excellence up front. The guys who make money actually do invest in excellence. When you go to Cafe Java's, I'll give you an example of Cafe Java's Lugogo, and it's so hot. And there is that thing, I think it's just psych, really. That thing that sprays some small droplets of water on all the patrons. They feel good. The thing is it expensive? It must be costly. The canvas that slides and protects you from the sun, and then slides again and shows you part of the sun. It must be expensive. Why don't other people have it? But the investment pays. We will say that excellence does not cost, it pays. The issue is sometimes we have not properly thought out what excellence means. So there is no way we can do excellent work, and there's no way we can attract the clients that actually demand excellence. There is this guy who I was reading about. He went about just seeing excellent work, like I've told you how I dropped my stuff in different places, and came back and did his church that way. And he demanded that the choir be excellent. He demanded that the praise and worship be excellent. He demanded that the sermon be excellent. He demanded that the church cleanness be excellently clean. The toilets, oh my God, be excellent. Let me ask you, name a few places in Kampala that have clean toilets. Just toilets. Many places, the smell leads you to the toilet. And what I mean smell, not a good smell. Back to you, Chairman. Chairman, woo.
Sorry, I was struggling with the mute button. So we have a question on the chat. The question on the chat is, someone is asking, how do you handle criticism from a new boss, and yet you are excellent at what you do? Sorry, at what you do. How do you handle criticism from a new boss, and yet you are excellent at what you do?
So you got a new boss, and you're excellent. This is a hard one, but I'm going to answer it nonetheless, to the best of my knowledge. There's an old thing I have in my head. There are 3 rules when you're at work. 1, know your boss. 2, know your boss. 3, know your boss. The boss is not you, and you're not the boss. Once you appreciate your boss, then you will know what your boss really wants from you. Excellence won't be determined by you, but it will be determined by the boss that you have. The thing is, your boss will determine how you rise. And so know what their value system is, know what they want at that point, and know what is important for the organization at that point. And I would say that it's not an easy task, but you will have to align with your boss than your boss aligning with you. In few cases, however, you can do an excellent work and your boss will see it. How? Help your boss win. Help your boss look good before his boss. Then your boss will appreciate how excellent you are. I see Mona has her hand up. Maybe she can answer this question better.
Not exactly answer, but supplement. Thank you, Director.
Yeah.
To that, I was going to say the unintended consequence of excellence could be pride and hubris. because when you're excellent, you know, you're scaling heights, you're head and shoulders above many average people. And indeed, things. So it's very easy for all that success to get to your head. So it's incumbent then on that excellent person to remain humble and take feedback and take criticism, because just because you're excellent in one area or even in any field doesn't mean that there's no room for improvement or feedback or that type of thing. So while you're excellent at your craft, doesn't mean that your boss cannot add to it or guide or improve. So I think one critical thing is to guard against pride or hubris that comes from excellence. That's all.
Thank you, Shepherd Mona, for that addition. Pastor Atida.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. All right. It's always hard to speak after Director Shepherd Mona, but then you're not excellent. You're measuring your excellence according to the measurements of your former boss, not your new boss. Your new boss, what you call excellence is not excellence. And go back to what Director said. Know your boss. Know what your boss thinks or understands to be excellence to him. That's why your former boss is not there. You have a new boss because maybe the type of excellence that you're having by then doesn't really now count in the company. That's why they brought in a new boss who has another level of excellence and know him or her, get to his level of excellence, and then you excel. Measuring your excellence on your former boss, not your new boss.
Good. Thank you so much, Pastor Atida. Ronald Kalisa, please, and we wind up.
Yes, thank you, Director Grace. Yeah, I just want to add to that with a simple quote that one of the worst uses of time is doing something well that shouldn't have been done at all. So to your boss, what matters is what should be done well, not what you think is excellent or should be done well. Thanks.
Director, we just have one last question on the chat, which I think would be good. And the question is, can you be excellent in some things and not in others?
Excellence permeates. When you're excellent at work, you'll be excellent at home. Excellence is who you are before what you do. Excellence is who you are. It's a form of identity. You can't help it but be excellent. You can't be, for instance, disorganized at work and organized at home, or vice versa. But once you're organized as an organized person, then you carry organization with you. You can't help it but be excellent. Excellence is not what you turn on and turn off. You just find yourself actually getting better. Just like if you commit to actually being an excellent person, you'll be excellent in all your ways. Even in your marriage, you'll be excellent. You'll be an excellent lover. What a compliment to be called excellent in your marriage. And all God's people said,
Amen.
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 Chairman, why don't you close us off and we go and make money?